The most spectacular fireworks show I've ever seen. That's what Donald Trump posted about his own 4th of July fireworks display. And you know what? He's not wrong. I mean, it was a spectacle. It was spectacular in the sense that by the end, Washington, D.C. briefly had the worst air quality of any major city on the planet Earth. And look, I did a whole story on this fireworks display and this ludicrous thing on the 4th. And I told you about NYU's numbers, the drought, the ospreys that could be harmed by this, those porch melters and thunder weasels and triple fused Patriot howlers. And I said that this was going to be a disaster. Well, folks, I hate being this right this fast. So what exactly happened here? And it was the Freedom 250, the Trump-aligned nonprofit running this fireworks show, and they set off roughly 850,000 fireworks shells in the span of about 40 minutes, all to chase a Guinness Book of World Records record that was set in Manila back in 2016. By morning, Washington, D.C. had a purple air quality alert, which means very unhealthy. It was the second worst category that exists, one step below hazardous. Fine particle pollution spiked to nearly 7 times the normal levels. City officials, they issued a code red, and it was 101 degrees out, the hottest 4th of July in DC in recorded history, during an active drought. So all of that toxic haze didn't blow away. It just sat there and marinated over the city like the world's weirdest sous vide. And it wasn't just the air, by the way. DC dispatchers took over 6,000 911 calls that night, and the 9 p.m. hour officially became the single busiest hour of the entire year for the city's emergency system. Nearly 700 patient contacts between the mall and the rest of the city, dozens of hospital transports, all in this record heat. So while Donald Trump is congratulating himself and patting himself on the back on a record, actual first responders were working the busiest night of their year underneath a cloud of hazardous or toxic smoke. And so I've got to know, what's actually worse here? The president poisoning the actual air of the Capitol he's in to chase a world record? Or is it a federal agency whose official comment on that poisoning amounted to nothing more than an email shrug with a smiley face on it? Let me know in the comments. Are you more bothered by the federal agencies not doing their job or by Donald Trump doing this in the first place? But that's exactly what we got. We got Donald Trump's reaction to breathing his own smoke was going on Truth Social and having a full-on meltdown. More than 67 Truth Social posts in 11 hours. 67. He bragged about how somehow he's #1 on TikTok. He posted a doctored photo of Barack and Michelle Obama because they live rent-free in his head. He reignited a feud with Italy's prime minister with a caption that said, "Restraining order needed." And then he claimed that the crowd there was 422,000 people, then complained that they all left because of the weather. Then he bragged that the reflecting pool had finally beaten the algae problem, which, by the way, that's a weird flex in the middle of a code purple that you caused by setting off explosions in the sky. A little weird. Meanwhile, the osprey nests along the Chesapeake, a fifth of the world's entire osprey population lives around that bay. They got spooked right in the middle of breeding season, which leaves chicks completely exposed to predators. Perchlorates and heavy metals rained into the Potomac during this drought, which means that stuff isn't going anywhere. It's not flushing out of the Potomac anytime soon. And the kicker, as far as I can tell, and it might have changed, but so far I haven't seen it, Guinness hasn't certified anything. So Trump torched the air of the nation's capital during a heat wave, terrified endangered birds, and then got 67 posts deep, defending a record that he might not have even won. And that's why I'm going to ask you to subscribe, because whenever Guinness does finally rule on this thing one way or the other, I will absolutely read every Truth Social post so that you won't have to.